Hello everyone, Derek here from Get Lost Trails. Getting ready to head out on a hike today here north of Durango from the Needles Country Square area. Gonna head up to Castle Rock via the Elbert Creek Trail. It's listed as just over 5.3 miles, about 8.5 kilometers in and out. Fairly strenuous hike with 1,666 feet or a little over 500 meters of elevation gain. Pretty quick into the hike, you do have to cross Elbert Creek. Once you cross Elbert Creek, trail gets a little more strenuous, starts working up pretty abruptly through a series of switchbacks. As we continue to climb, some pretty nice views off to the east, snow-capped San Juans. Tallest peak there being North Euless at 14,144 feet. Trail's starting to pull away from the highway a little, which is nice. Very pretty hike, but the drone of the traffic in the background is a little distracting from the experience. Still very much worth it. The trail seems to sort of parallel Elbert Creek here on the map, but the reality of it is it's really nowhere in sight. It's probably quite a ways below us here. About 2.3 miles, 3.7 kilometers into the trail, you come to an old cabin. Pretty neat old piece of history nestled in here above Elbert Creek. Probably take a quick rest break here, then continue on. It's not much further to the spur up to Castle Rock. It's pretty neat. Looks like the cabin is open to the public, and it appears as though you could spend the night here if you wanted. There's a couple bunks there. An old stove. Probably shouldn't use that for fear of burning this historic place down, but it's a pretty neat place. Would be cool to spend the night here. An even older cabin sits next to it here. It looks a little less structurally sound. About 2.7 miles, 4.25 kilometers into the hike, we reach a fork. Elbert Creek Trail 512 continues off to the northeast. Eventually you can connect to some additional trails up in there and return back to the Hermosa area. We are going to stay on a more well-traveled path and continue on up to Castle Rock. This trail is open to bicycles as well as equestrian use. It's not particularly rocky, but man, some of it is pretty steep. It'd be a real struggle for me to even think about getting a bike up this. Despite the fact that it is the middle of June here, still some snow lingering on the trail. It's not too far through this little patch, and I don't think it'll keep us from getting to the top, but sticking around a while. We're getting closer. Still a little ways out, and we're definitely going to be over the reported mileage for the hike, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it. We've reached the end. 3.65 miles, 5.8 kilometers one way. Was it worth it? You tell me. What you see off in the distance there is Electra Lake, a man-made lake completed in 1902. It supplies water a little further downriver there to the Tacoma Hydroelectric Generating Station. Looking off to the northeast now on the far side of Highway 550 there, you can see the area up towards Twilight Peak and Mount Euless. A bunch of mountains up there over the 13,000 feet area. I would call that Needleton area. It's part of the Womanish Wilderness. that's going to do it for Castle Rock. I'd say it was worth every bit of the effort to get up there. Amazing views, really. A little windy at the moment, but hey, a guy can't complain. It's in and out hike, so we will be returning the same way we came in. Returning back to the trailhead, 6.5 miles, 10.4 kilometers round trip. I had 3.5 hours, which included a little lunch break and some time spent up at Castle Rock. About a mile more than anticipated, but it seems like that's pretty typical. Definitely recommend doing the hike if you're in the area. I really enjoyed it. Some great views up there. And you know, it really wasn't that busy. There isn't much parking, but didn't seem to be a problem today anyway. Hope you enjoyed the hike. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button to let me know. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my other adventure videos. Thanks for joining me and have a good day.